Hey everyone, how's it going? Doing this recap later, but I didn't really have time to do it yesterday, so we're doing it now. Um, Took four trades, had one loss, and this is what happens when the winds start getting to your head. So I really didn't shouldn't have taken this trade. It wasn't my setup, my edge, and if I did, I should have risked a lot less. But following after this, there was like my edge was there and I didn't take it, but I think it's fine. I mean, I still reached, the profit I wanted, but at one point I was up 560, so I should have just walked away from that. And I honestly did. I was gonna call it here, and then saw that Tnon was coming back up, and since I made money on it, took a second trade when I really didn't need to. Whoops. So we'll just go by in order of the trades I took. So I've configured the setup here so it's a little bit easier to see. So we have 1 minute chart on top, 3 minute chart on the bottom here, and I use the 3 minute to trade for the most part, but I'll talk about both. Um, so this one, as you can see, it had this strict price action up. And honestly, I should add volume to this, but maybe I'll do that starting the next video. Um, and I started seeing these wicks similar to what we have here, except at this point it didn't reach my overextension indicators. Um, it was right about like on this breakout where I started seeing slowing momentum. So I got in short. So this was the bar of the breakout, right? I see the momentum slowing, so I get in short here. It pushes a little bit higher and then starts reversing, but the bid was pretty strong, so you can see it keeps getting kind of bought up in these candles, but eventually my profit target was hit. So I didn't touch this one. This one I played well. I didn't move anything around, and after commissions I had $172 there. Next we have MSW. And this one's pretty interesting what happened. So I see it spiking up. It starts slowing momentum, and I hit my profit target. I think was 1.56, but it worked out immediately. So I was like, let me. It was showing like really bearish price action. I was like, let me just hold on to this, whatever. Because of the statistics I saw yesterday of like, if I just hold on to my trades, I make a lot more money. And then look at what happens. it it comes back up quickly, and then the next candle. I was honestly looking to add here. The next candle it goes from 1.8 to a high of 335. So this has happened to me before, and that was terrifying. And I was like, holy shit, I'm never doing this again. I added again here because at this point you have to manage your risk. I can't get out for like a 1.4K loss here. So I add a little bit. Obviously, it collapses quickly. But you see here, I was down 2K at one point. So this one was really dangerous, and it's why I have it set up the way I do. I mean, I feel like I was tested here by the market gods because I didn't get out when I was supposed to, and then boom, I'm down like 2K. And luckily this was getting shorted. There wasn't any news. It was a pretty good setup for short, honestly. This is like a standard parabolic short play. But you see here, like in this sort of three above three range, that was ideal. So I should have had the 1 minute kind of open. I need to figure out a way to have all the charts I want open because the 1 minute is honestly really good for timing the right entries. But I used the 3 minute to identify overextension. So this could have been extremely dangerous, and I've been in these positions before. So everyone here was like super trapped. Obviously, a long kind of at that breakout level. It's pretty solid for a quick scalp, like 10-12%. But yeah, this one collapsed immediately. So could have held longer, but dude, this could have been really, really bad. So yeah, this is gonna mess up my stats a little bit, but I wasn't too worried about it. I've been in worse drawdowns before. I've taken worse losses before, but it goes to show why sometimes these stats can't really be trusted 100%, right? Because you might end up in the position where if you hold an extra 5 minutes, you have a drawdown. And that's what I'm trying to get rid of, is that drawdown. So, anyways, good to know that this is possible because this didn't happen to me before. So now I know to just stick to my strategy, stick to what works. Tenon was a little bit chicken. Obviously, could have held this a little longer. My stop or my profit target was 121, so it did hit 121. Whether or not I would have gotten filled 100%, I'm not sure. But if we see here, I don't think I would have gotten stopped out with this grind up. It was 148. Let's see, I got in at 136, and my profit target was 15 cents. So my stop would have been 151. Okay, maybe I would have gotten taken out on this candle, but then assuming I would have entered again, it probably would have worked out. So Tenon was one that I actually traded again, but I guess getting out here was fine. Whether or not I get filled, if I keep my price target at 121, I don't know, but the price action wasn't looking like what I like. When this continues to set higher highs after my entry point, it's just not ideal to just wait for it to come down all the time. This one was just being super bullish throughout the day, so you see here, it just kept grinding up. So this is the price action I always want to avoid. That being said, it did reach, it was going up pretty high. So I was looking for, okay, when is this going to crack? When is it going to show indecision? Saw this indecision here. So this is why I'm always like, it's hard to know what's going to happen, because you see this kind of setup, right? Where you see these wicks that are coming down. It's obviously getting shorted in this area. I wait for momentum to slow on this candle. I hop in short, and then it just grinds higher. So ATR was low at this point. Again, my edge fades after 7, but it was approaching that, it was breaking out of the resistance it had set. And I was like, this could be a record day if I take this trade and it works out. Worked out short term, but I didn't hit my profit target and got stopped out. And then I was watching it again, setting this resistance up here, and I was like, I should hop in this again, but I ultimately didn't. So need to trust myself, need to take the setup, and this is the point where that overextension was showing. So there wasn't any reason for me not to take that trade. But this trade I definitely shouldn't have taken. So given I wait until here and then take it, could have been a record day. So jumped the gun a little bit there, but yeah, we still ended green on the day, which is all good. So yeah, so that was this day, $294. If we go to the calendar, I do want to show last month's performance. So what do we have here? Let's get rid of this and go back. So last month we cleared 4K in profits. I took the 29th off, and then obviously Friday is here. So strongest week of trading, and yeah, I mean the wins are piling up. I'm really happy with this, and I hope to keep it up. I just really like, if you have an edge, like, my biggest advice is, if you found your edge, do not trade anything but that edge. Because I was listening to a podcast when I was going to work. Guy said, the market wants to take money from you. So it's up to you to manage that and only take the setups that work. So I know it works. I've been doing it for some time. I just need to stick to that, and that's my biggest problem. So even though Tenon I got out for a win, and maybe I don't get filled on this candle here, I really need to just accept that this will hit my loss or maybe move my risk down. So I think I'm gonna start doing that where if the stock starts breaking down, I move my risk down with it so that I'm not risking as much if it breaks up higher. And then that'll decrease my risk a lot more. I'm basically risking half as much as I would be, still keeping the same profit target, but allowing myself to get wicked out for break even, I think is completely fine. Because in these situations where it keeps grinding up, I don't want to adjust my stop. It's when it starts coming down that I might want to move that stop that's maybe up here down to where the high is set. So that way I'm not risking as much. And same thing with like MSW. Obviously, I couldn't have what's it called? I couldn't have this order execute because pre-market trades, I can't have hard stops and or like trigger orders. You can't set like stop limits pre-market. So after this breakdown, I need to be careful and basically lock in, maybe trail my stop so that if it's, comes up very suddenly like it did, I'm prepared for that. So this one could have been extremely dangerous, luckily wasn't, but I learned something from this. It was just, markets testing me, right? Saying, when you have your profits, take them. When you have your edge, take it. I really shouldn't have looked to squeeze out more. But yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching this video. Hope you all have a good weekend and peace.